Okay, I'm about to do another 5th string conversion. I did one the other day on the pretty little Lion and Healy banjo that you see sitting right there. And that worked out real nice. And I tried to do a pretty good job on it because, you know, it's a nice banjo. I wanted it to look nice. So, and I do think it came out pretty well. It looks pretty good on the side of that neck. That's not the case with this banjo. This is an old, they call it a zither. I guess it's an old English banjo, 4 strings. It has a pretty badly warped neck, so much so that I put this capo on here to try to press the string down from here, and with the shortest bridge I could possibly get on there, it's just about barely playable. Doesn't have the greatest sound in the world, but it ain't too bad. I'm going to do a really quick and dirty 5th string peg right down here. I'm not going to do anything to try to make it gorgeous. This is just going to be quick because I want to put a 5th string on this thing and play it. So that's the deal. I'll show you how it turns out. One of the things I do is keep a box full of parts, wooden pieces of hardwood, old pieces of headstock and fretboard, you know, anything that's good hardwood. I just save it. I'm going to use a piece of that on this banjo. This is the piece of cocobolo. It's actually a piece that came off of that piece that I made the 5th string bridge for that other banjo out of. I'm going to put it right here, and you see where I've marked that line on the side of it with a marker? I'm going to grind this at an angle somewhat like the angle on the that's sort of already cut into the bottom of that piece of wood, so that the bottom half of this will move into the neck, and the top half will be kind of sticking out up here where the banjo bridge is going to be. And I'm going to kind of blend it into the side of this neck. I'm not going to try to make this perfect. In fact, what I might do, I've got a piece like this, and what I may do, if there's a little bit sticking out on the bottom, I might slide a piece up underneath there, trim it down, just kind of fill it in. Like I said, it's going to be quick and dirty. Okay, before I take this thing up, I was just going to show it to you. Basically what I did was cut this piece of cocobolo, I glued it, put 2 pegs in it, and then I cut this little piece of oak to slip down in behind it. I didn't have to do that, but it just gives it a little extra strength. I'm going to wrap this all up in tape and let it dry, and then I'm going to come back with a grinder, a little belt grinder, and I'm going to work these pegs down smooth and work out these rough edges, and maybe work this part right here around a little bit. It'll be fine. Then after it's good and dry, I'll drill my 5th string hole right here, and I'll put my 5th string peg right in there. That way I will have the extra strength of this piece of wood, rather than just drilling a hole in this little neck, which isn't that wide to start with. I'll have a little extra strength here to hold that 5th string peg in place, which just makes me feel a little bit better about it all. You can see this is kind of wobbly right now, and that's what the whole idea of the tape is all about. I'm going to wrap this up in tape and snug it up real good, and then let it dry. And I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you when I get the peg in it. I'll just go ahead and shoot this picture. I went ahead and drilled this while I had it taped up. I figured it wouldn't hurt none. So the 5th pin is basically in place. It's not pressed in there very tight, but you know, it's in there. It's all taped up. The glue's wet. I'm going to let it get good and dry. After it does, I'll play it. I'll string it up and play it. Okay, here it is. It's done. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to sound like. I don't have a lot of high hopes for the sound quality on this thing, but it's, like I said, it wasn't intended to be pretty, and you can tell that it's not. But it's quite functional, and should do the trick as far as the 5th string peg goes. And it's not it's not terrible ugly. So let's see what it sounds like. Okay, let's see what it plays like. You know, this ain't much of a banjo. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you could throw in the back of the pickup truck. I mean, the neck's already warped on it. It's already kind of a piece of crap. Take it in a kayak, but of course that might not be such a good thing since there's so much wood on it. You know, it's the kind of thing that if you did break it or mess it up or lose it or it got stolen, you wouldn't really cry that much about it. And it gives you a little something to beat on when you're out and about. Okay, y'all have fun. This is actually a Windsor. Some cool, huh? Y'all have a nice day. This thing ain't gonna come into tune for another week. That's the way they work.